Righty then, welcome back to the channel. My name is Stephen Howson, and this is 5 things that we learned trying to keep our eyes open at Old Trafford last night. Jesus. 4-2-2 doesn't seem to be working, and that's not to say it'll never work. It just objectively is not working for Manchester United right now. It either doesn't fit the personnel that we've got, or it exposes the weakness in the players that we've got. We can't seem to build from the back, and perhaps that's why previous managers have always wanted that extra midfielder in there to sort of make up for some of the lack of quality that we possess in there. It's disjointed, there's no fluidity, there's no quality, there's no bravery, and I just don't think United have got the quality midfield that you need for a pivot to do this, and that's why I think you have to go with a 4-3-3. If you had Neves and Moutinho, as you saw last night, you would have absolutely dominated with it. But we don't, so we didn't. Number 2, was that Greenwood getting scapegoated? Obviously, Ralph took him fairly early. Why was he the one that was subbed? Arguably one of the better players in a United shirt. Certainly one that looked like he was going to score a goal. Probably the most lively player with the ball at his feet. And probably the only one that looked sharp. There's a bit of a recurrence here with Ralph and with him and with the minutes that he gets. I think there's some stuff he needs to add to his game. Is Rangnick of the same sort of opinion? Can he be someone that was relied on to get us goals on a regular basis, despite his young age? I think he probably can. So, is there stuff going on the training ground that Rangnick wants to see an improvement on to maybe extend his minutes? A few questions there, I reckon. Top 4 over. Dropping points in what should be quite an easy run. Some of the games that we've dropped points on, we looked at the run of games Rangnick had, and we all went, he could win all of those. Now, he probably wouldn't have won all of those, and he definitely isn't going to win all of those. But some of the points dropped, you go, we were better than that, weren't we? We should have won a lot more than we have done here. Teams around us seem to be picking up form. I think even with the games in hand that we've had, throwing the points away last night was a big problem. And I think when you look forward, there isn't the performances there with United. It's not like we're just needing to tweak a few things and we'll be unbeatable. We look far from being passable, let alone unbeatable. And I don't want to go back in Europa League. Number 4, ironically, Phil Jones. Probably one of the better players on the pitch for United. 2-year layoff, not played. I don't know if it's a good performance from him or the fact he didn't drop a clanger, but it's embarrassing for everybody else on the pitch that someone can be without any sort of match fitness, sharpness, anything, for 2 years, have all of the facts that they're at the club questioned as heavily as they have been, and rightly so. Let's not rewrite history. There's been some serious question marks about why he's still there. But some of the players that have been playing week in, week out, what is going on? Why can Phil Jones just step into the team? And talking Harry Maguire here, really, you as Manchester United captain, you as Manchester United's record centre-half signing, should not be having Phil Jones walk into the team after playing Xbox for 2 years and put in a better performance than you have done week in, week out. That's on you. And that needs fixing. Unlucky he didn't get a little bit more on the header that ultimately led to Moutinho's goal, but I don't think it was a major clanger. It was arguably a little mistake, but pretty good performance from him in the circumstances. And other people need to start looking over the shoulder because it just highlights how poor their performances have been this season. Hopeless midfield, number 5. You could also go with toothless attack, but I think hopeless midfield. Like I said, Neves and Moutinho, they show where the standard should be. They're not the best, but if you can get a better midfield than them, that's a great standard midfield. Those two into Manchester United's midfield, and we look like a different proposition. They had the quality, they had the control, they had the confidence, there was a goal threat, both of them. And United have nothing of the sort in there. Nothing of the sort. Nothing of that quality. And it absolutely needs addressing this month. Right now, this month. because otherwise Manchester United will fall even further off the place. And if you don't get top 4, the fight for 6th is going to become big. Arsenal think they're good again. You've got West Ham in the mixer. Newcastle will find themselves in and around that top 8, top 6 sort of quagmire within a couple of windows. That's how it works, within 4 or 5 at least. United need to fix up because the Premier League is becoming a bottleneck. It's not that hard to succeed in Europe if you can get into Europe, because the Premier League is going to be such a difficult proposition for sides. United could really find ourselves behind everybody here in an absolutely monstrous way. Monstrous way. And we can't allow that. Righty. That's me. There's another video coming out later today, so make sure to subscribe if you've not. Get those notifications on, and I'll see you in the comments with your thoughts. See you in a bit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.